Hello, Aldwyn, Altuney here. And great to see you tonight. We have a fantastic guest, Kelly Kingston. She has just interviewed me for the Business Today show. And now I'm going to interview her. Hello, Kelly. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Aldwyn. So excited to be here.
So great to have you here. Thank you for battling through our tech issues that we've been having. And if you're watching this again, hopefully this will be the final take of this interview. Just battling with the Zoom live stream to Facebook, a few little tech issues, but we move on, we soldier on as we do in business. It's about persistence, right?
Yeah, being consistent and being persistent.
There we go, consistent and persistent. So that's awesome. Now, for those that don't know about the Business Today show, can you let us know a little bit about that, please?
Yeah, so I created the Business Today show and started interviewing business owners that were sustaining themselves in their businesses for over 2 years. And the reason why I did this is because I was seeing so many small business owners that were struggling and pulling out of their businesses because they procrastinated, because they didn't know what to do. And some business owners, you know, wear their heart on their sleeve and they don't ask the questions because they, one, probably too scared of the answer, or three, they just don't want to be rejected when somebody says, you know, no, I'm not going to help you. So the Business Today show is to support struggling startup businesses to, you know, come over the hurdles and humps in their business to be sustainable and successful in their business.
And there are quite a few humps that can happen, such as technology at any moment. that can happen. And we just ride with the waves, right? So now you also have a series of fantastic questions that you ask. Yes. Would we be able to share those with our viewers now?
Absolutely. Yes, I'd love to. So the series of questions is, number one, how did you get started in your business? Number two is, how did you know that what you're doing in your business is your calling? And like we said before, when I was interviewing you, or when you said that if you're not doing something that you love in business, you may as well not be in business. Yes. And I believe that 100%, because you need to be able to jump out of bed and really, really love what you do. So I asked them that question. The next one is, what has been your toughest struggle in business to date? And this really, really supports business owners, because if they're going through exactly that at this particular point in time in their business, this is a no-brainer for them to actually then take in this and absorb this information, because, you know, people will say, well, what are you struggling with in your business? And some business owners will just say, oh, no, I'm okay, and not say anything because they don't, they fear the answer, and maybe they can't accomplish it, or they're not getting enough profit coming into their businesses to go and do courses and a whole heap of different things that you and I would normally go and do. And the next question is, what advice would you give a wellness seeker on their journey when they're struggling? Like I put that personal aspect, that touch, that vulnerability, so that they can really feel that, feel the answer and then go, oh my gosh, yes, that's it, or maybe not, or might be part of another question for them. The next one is, how can people find you, and where's the best place to find you on social media, your website, what presence you do have, so that they can then go and find you. What makes you stand out? I'd like to ask you this question. You might have to answer it now.
Sure.
So what makes you the best in your industry to make you stand out? So I think I could answer that for you, is because I've done a lot of stalking of you.
Yeah.
Your branding, you are your brand. You're very consistent, you're authentic, and you're very congruent with the messages that you're putting out there from a day-to-day basis and from a business perspective, which is very, it's not seen very often in business. And yeah, that's why I love you so much and stalk the crap out of you before we kind of just go.
Oh, thank you. Well, yeah. Branding is huge, but like you say, being consistent with your brand and having the brand actually represent who you are.
Absolutely.
And, you know, it's interesting with my brand because there's people that absolutely love my media queen caricature and there's people that hate it, right? Like some people have said, oh, you know, you're a lot more attractive than the cartoon. But the thing is the cartoon represents stepping up with your message, and it also represents celebrating your uniqueness. And part of my uniqueness is my big hair and my big smile.
Yes.
My nose isn't quite as big as the cartoon, but you know, you got to have fun with it, right? And it's about stepping
Absolutely.
up. So looking at what the symbolism is of what you're representing with what you're doing. And I love Biz Queen. Biz Queen's really cool for you. I love that. So where did Biz Queen come from?
So where did Biz Queen come from? I did a course. I think it was a social media or something, and then we're going through our different profiles, and people were saying, "Oh my gosh, you know so much about business. We're going to call you the Biz Queen." It was actually I started off as the Erin Barakovich of business to start off with. Yes. And then went from there going, no, I can't do the Erin Barakovich. It's just too long, blah, 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 blah. And then somebody says, oh, we should call you the Biz Queen. I was like, okay, I can do that one.
I love it. I love it. Biz Queen's really cool. It's perfect for you. I think it's funky, it's short, snazzy, and it says what you do. So I think it's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. And you have just launched something very exciting, and I'm going to let you. It says it's the only type of thing of its kind that I've ever heard of. So so what did you just launch, Kelly? What's the exciting news?
Okay, so I have been in like business, with this beautiful, amazing woman, Tracy Horton. This lady has brought so much value to my life just by being in her presence. And we were doing, we're chatting and connecting, and you know, she's a supporter of mine. I'm a supporter of hers. And then one day we got together and we had a meeting at her house, and she goes, "Okay, what are we doing today?" With her hands on the, "What are we doing today?" And I said, well, one of my things that I really need to focus on is, I pulled a card because I pull my affirmation cards in the mornings, and it told me, Kelly, do something outrageous. I'm just like, oh my gosh, what more can I do that's, you know, not outrageous already? And so I said to her, I have to do something outrageous. I said, I don't know what that looks like. And so we had our 4-hour meeting in co-creating another business venture that she does Tracy does in her business, and what I do in my business now, which is my book. And then we're talking about the book launch, because my book launch is coming up on the 7th of June. And I wanted to do something different outside the box with the book launch because of the COVID-19, the isolation restrictions, and all that stuff. And so 10 minutes before we finished our 4-hour meeting, Tracy's gone, I've got it. I've gone, oh my gosh. She goes, let's do a progressive book launch. And for anyone out there that doesn't understand a progressive book launch, well, when I was younger, my grandparents used to do progressive dinner nights. And progressive dinner nights was where predominantly three families come together. And the first family does entrees, the second family does dinner, and the third family does desserts. So once we actually got over the excitement, because I've just gone, oh my gosh, I so love that idea, because I loved going to progressive dinner nights. We then worked out the fundamentals on how that would look in 10 minutes, might add, because we had to go. And then driving home, I was like, I do my best work driving in the car. I had all these ideas and everything just coming into my head, and I couldn't even write them down. I couldn't do anything. So I had to wait till I get home, and I was like, brain dump. So yeah, so it's called Progressive Launch, and we offer the services for book launches, business launches, magazine launches, real estate, and the list goes on. And you can actually do so much with it. But at the moment, we're just going to stick to book launches.
Fantastic. And you've got your book, of course, you are launching.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a bit more about your book?
Okay, yeah, my book is Your Ultimate Wellness Business Guide. What frequency is your business vibrating at? And so I am a practitioner of over 20 years. I did massage therapy, body alignment, and just in the last 5 years, bioresonance, which is a biofeedback machine that enhances the value of the inner organs of your body to raise the frequency of what they're actually meant to be vibrating at. And I'm all about vibration, if you hadn't noticed, and raising that frequency and really, really stepping up into a vibration that really fits who you currently are. So the reason why I'm still not in, the reason why I'm not in the practitioner business is because I didn't understand business. I loved what I did, but I didn't understand business. So just nearly, just over 8.5 years ago, I met my soulmate, the love of my life, my rock, my best friend in the whole entire wide world. And he happened to be an accountant. And I know, right? Who would have funked that?
Yeah.
Anyway, and he does, financial intelligence specialist. He does international business structuring strategies and a whole heap of other things. And I just gone, oh my gosh, you can help me in my little old practitioner business back here. And so a couple of months into our relationship, we ended up kind of connecting more and on so many different levels. And anyway, we ended up starting our own business he started an accounting practice that I came in and joined. And so he taught me everything that there was to learn about business. I, asked so many questions, the dumbest of dumb business questions. That was me. That was me. And so for 5 years, I was like, just needed to, I pulled business apart and put it back together again. And I've gone, why do you have to do this? Why do you have to do this? And what does that make sense? I don't understand that. And tax and why do you have to register a business with the taxation office and then register another business with the with ASIC? Why do you have to have those two structures and a whole heap of different things? Just didn't make sense to me. Anyway, so being very spiritually led, and now coming into a business minded aspect of really, really getting the ground roots of business. In my 5th year, I've gone, I want to write a book. And going, what do you want to write a book about? I want to write a book about spirituality in business, because there's so many of me out there that doesn't understand business, and I can use a different language for them to understand different businesses, because I now, after 5 years of working in the accounting practice, putting together contracts, being a contract specialist, and literally just teaching myself new things, and it was really inspiring for me, because it was something that if I'd have known this, I would have been more successful in my business. So anyway, so people were saying, I was just telling everybody, I'm going to write a book and it's going to be all about spirituality and business. And they're going, you'll never make that happen. You can't bring spirituality and business together. I've gone, oh, okay, why not? Oh, it's just unheard of. You just won't. I'm just like, and that really, really stirred up that something inside my belly, Aldwyn, just going, what, there's somebody else that's trying to tell me what to do, or, because my whole life I was told, you will amount to nothing, you're stupid, you're dumb, you didn't pass school. Aldwyn, I didn't read a book cover to cover until I was 32 years old.
Wow.
So, and I still don't really realize, I don't really know why that was. I think, looking back, it could have possibly been that the books that were asked of me to read, I just really wasn't interested. No, I didn't want to read. That didn't interest me, even as a little girl. So I then started to do the unthinkable and join business and spirituality together, so that the spiritual wellness business industry could understand how to structure their business from the ground roots up. And the way I did this was I created 13 chapters that aligned with business planning processes. And then I brought in the chakra system, and then had the 13 chakra system aligned with the 13 business chapters. And so that you could then create the heart aspected business that you were wanting and yearning for. I then created 13 mantras, and each mantra supports each chapter and each chakra to raise the frequency of you and your business, so that when you finished the business planning book, you would then be at the operations department of your business in, what was I thinking? The divine gateway chakra. And that's the operations business aspect. And my daughter's decided to join us then.
Hello, beautiful. So gorgeous. Look at you.
I hope you don't mind.
No, this is how we roll. This is what happens. You work from home, and homeschooling as well, no doubt.
Yes, homeschooling.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. Beautiful miracle of life you've created there.
Yes.
Absolutely gorgeous.
One of 4.
Beautiful, beautiful. And, you know, coming back to what you're saying about the energy and the chakras and the, you know, having all of that aligned is really something that I think is absolutely brilliant, actually, because, you know, there are a lot of spiritual people out there that have no idea about business. And we often don't think about the energy in our business and how that aligns with the chakras. And I think it's a brilliant concept. And I love it. I think the progressive book launch is also a fantastic idea. And you're doing that in June, right? You've got your book launch.
Yeah, the 7th of June.
7th of June. And you've got 5 different locations you're going to be taking this.
Yeah, 5 different locations, 5 different hosts that get to host it for breakfast, morning tea, lunch, afternoon tea, and dinner.
Brilliant. Love it. I think that's going to be absolutely brilliant. And we're talking here too today about tips to create your ultimate business. So if you were just to give a few tips to our Facebook live viewers now, we've had a few people already like this live, Tracy, Ash, and Brent. Good to see you guys. And if you have any questions for Kelly, feel free to pop them in the comments there under this this video right now, if you have any questions for Kelly. So what are some tips you could give our viewers on creating your ultimate business?
Okay, so the first one would be to plan a business. So there's so many different people that plan a holiday, plan buying their home, plan having children, plan all areas of their life. But when you ask a business owner, do you have a business plan? They then say, no, I don't have a business plan. And then I ask them, you know, why don't you have a business plan? And they just go, oh, a business plan just seems too hard. And that's where they get to. And then once they say too hard, the block goes up, the wall comes up, and you can't get past that. So planning your business is essential to having a successful, sustainable business. And that is my first tip.
That is a hot tip.
Yeah.
And that doesn't have to be a long drawn out process, right? To do your business plan.
No, the process. I have my book is 155 pages long, and you could buy my book and work at it at your own pace, or we're going to be doing group webinars when the book launch comes out. We're going to be doing group webinars, so that if you want to buy the book and come and join us on the webinars and do the processes over 13 days, and it's roughly about an hour and a half each chapter. And, you know, depending on how much you submerge yourself into really, really owning every chapter and really releasing all the blockages that you have within yourself to step into that space, it doesn't take very long at all. And one of the best things that I really loved about creating my book was giving an example in every single chapter. So you don't have to think about it. It's not a process about having to think about it. It's having to create it and making it your own.
Beautiful. So planning your business is crucial. And what are some other tips to creating the ultimate business?
Some other tips is being responsible and learning how to do things yourself. So creating a website, and it doesn't have to be anything really hard. Like you can do landing pages these days and do one up in 3 hours. The technology that is out there is just incredible, where it's just drop and drag. And there's other ones where if the template's already there, all you have to do is just rebrand it and create a logo, which the best place to create a logo is in Canva. I love Canva. Canva is one of my business buddies.
Yes.
And I live in Canva. I am in Canva every single day, creating posts, supporting other people. I volunteer my services to some people that I want to add value to. Because they've shown in some way, shape or form that they would love me to, support them. So yeah, creating posts, and it's the same in Canva. They're templated designs. All you have to do is just, change the words to suit you and your business, and it's like a professional post. It's absolutely outstanding. So they're my 2 tricks that I'd love working in, and Wix and Canva are second to none. And it's all about being responsible to who you are. Once you create your business, you work out what you don't want to do in your business, and then you can pass that over. And when you pass that over, you already know what steps you've taken to wanting to pass that over to somebody else, so that if they're not doing that job efficiently and effectively, you then know and can call them on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very good. And I was very impressed actually with what you did with the Business Today show banner with Canva, all the flashing bits that you added in there. I thought that is just so funky. I am definitely going to be looking into that. I think it just really makes your banner stand out and pop off the page. And that was in Elements. I think you said you find those flashing bits. Is that right?
So the flashing bits in Canva come under social media GIFs.
Oh, social media GIFs. There you go. Oh, it's a hot tip. I love it. I love it. You could watch it. I was watching your Business Today show. I was watching the little swirly bit with the arrows. I thought, that is just so cool. I was mesmerized by your banner. It was just so funky. And the flashing subscribe button. Oh, so cool. Check it out. If you haven't seen it, check out Business Today show. It is so funky. So cool. And your book is so exciting.
Yeah, and I'm always looking for people to come and be interviewed on the Business Today show. I only have one criteria, is that you have been in business for more than 2 years and that you are sustaining yourself in your business.
Yes, beautiful. Well, that's important. Yeah, because you don't want to get advice from people that have no idea, right? That would not be a good idea. If you've got no idea, then get some idea and come back.
That would be incongruent and unauthentic.
Yes, it would be.
And that just doesn't even resonate. Doesn't even come onto my page.
It's not a beginner's show. You've got to have lasted at least 2 years. And the stats, the stats are 80% fell in the first 5 years of business. So
yeah, well, there was a lady that I was interviewing, Carolyn Vincent, 2 weekends ago or something, and she said a startup business is like an aeroplane taking off. You have an airplane and it's on the runway and it takes off, and it takes 70% of its fuel just to get off the ground and to then plateau to gliding mode. It's the rest of that is for the remainder of the trip. So in business, it's very, very similar. It takes 70% of your fuel to get your business up and running in the first 12 months to 2 years for it to then plateau and then add things, take things away, grow it, expand it, franchise it, do whatever you need to. But yeah.
I love that. That's a bit like the exponential curve too, where you go like that and then there's a tipping point and things just take off. So sometimes it feels like you're chugging along, and then eventually, something will happen. There'll be a turning point and things can just take off, right?
Yeah.
Which could be one media spot. If you're watching this, it could be one media spot. Like for Robert Kiyosaki, his business just took off. One media spot on Oprah in the year 2000. He sold 1 million books after the 1 hour show. $5 per book, $5 million. Thank you very much. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, an absolute hit ever since. And see, that was 3 years after he put Rich Dad, Poor Dad out. It came out in 1997. So it just goes to show that, you know, just because you've done something a little while ago doesn't mean you can't still promote it now.
And you know, if it was just gradually, you know, getting book sales, or after 3 years, you might just go on the Aldwyn Media Queen Mastery Show and just, you know, kick ass.
That's right. You haven't made it till you've been on this show, right?
I know, right? I am so privileged. I can't wait to share this on Facebook.
I love your work, Kelly. And you know, this is about take 10 today. Like we battled with the Facebook lives, but you know, we're being authentic, we're being straight about it. So thank you to everyone who hopped on the previous Facebook lives. I know I saw Julie there and a few other people. Thank you for hopping on the previous versions. Hopefully you'll come back and watch this one sometime down the track. Kelly, you and I, we could chat for ages. I absolutely love your work. I'm so excited about your book launch. So if people want to find out more about that, how can they support the book launch? And
they can go to our new Facebook page, Progressive Launch, and we have our landing page, which is our website, www.progressivelaunch.com, and scroll right down the bottom, and the events are right down the bottom, and the tickets are $99 to attend. There's only 35 tickets being sold, but people can attend the virtual events via Facebook with your gift. Now, for paying $99, you get a beautiful a la carte smorgasbord for breakfast, morning tea, lunch, afternoon tea, and dinner. And you get a copy of my book, and you get a beautiful gift pack that I'm putting together that I'm not going to tell you about on this show, Aldwyn. You have to come to my launch.
Oh, it's so exciting. A surprise gift.
It is. It's a surprise gift, and I don't like doing things in halves, so it's going to be extraordinary.
Oh, nice. And lots of yummy food. And you're going from northern New South Wales up to Brisbane, right? You're doing a bit of a...
The progressive book launch, yes. And the best part about it is we get a sponsored luxurious car that drives the book author or the book the magazine author or whoever we're looking after for the launch in a beautiful car for the whole day.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, you're going to do it. You may as well do it in style, right?
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't think of anything better, actually. Could you, Aldwyn?
Sounds awesome. And you won't be driving, so you can drink and drive champagne in the back, right?
Yeah, no, we're actually getting the little champagne bottle sponsored to us.
Oh.
So there's going to be there's going to be a few rules for the book authors and all the people that we're driving around, is that you're not allowed to start drinking until after midday. There have to be some stipulations, because we don't want no one getting drunk in the back of the car.
Yes, it could get messy. That is a good point, actually.
Yeah. And when they get to the 5th progressive host's house, depending on whose it is, of course, my 5th house is going to be my house.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, so I'm going to be my own personal host. No, I've got people going to be here. My daughter and my mum are going to be the hosts.
Nice.
And it's just going to be amazing, and it's just going to be so personal. It's going to be shining the light on the book author for the day, and just making them feel absolutely amazing. One of the big things that I thought about, how you drive around and when you get married and you have your wedding car, and when you're leaving the church, you have the cans and the streamers on the back of the car.
Yes,
That's what we're doing.
Oh,
Instead of just married. It's just launched.
Oh, I love it. That is so cool. Awesome.
Yeah, so it's going to be fun. We don't do things we don't love, and we when we love things, we just give it absolutely 100%. So we're not in it for the short game. We're in it for the long game. So yeah, it's cool. And I love Tracy. I just love her to bits. And you know, if there's any person that I could actually ever endeavor in a business journey with, it would be her. Apart from my man, of course, which he's my life. But, yeah, no, Tracy, she's definitely very high on that pedestal.
Yeah, awesome. Well, she seems amazing, and what a great collaboration for the two of you. That's fantastic. And just, you know, back to what you're talking about with the energy levels through the business. So what are some things people can do to increase their energy levels through the business? Just a few tips around that.
Yeah. So walking their walk, talking their talk's the first one. That's being authentic. So if you're in business, just say you're a nutritionist, okay, just as an example, and your nutritionist, she's at work or in her office, and she's teaching people about, you know, you need to eat this and you need to stop eating that, you need to stop smoking, or, you know, just to build up, you know, your nutritional plan. And just say that at the end of the day, she's going, oh my gosh, that's it. And then she jumps in the car and races down to Macca's and gets a McDonald's burger. That's not being congruent in your business, or, you know, any other fast, heavy, greasy meals that just don't align with who you are and your purpose in what you're trying to do for you and your clients.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a big one.
Yeah. So, yeah. And another one for me was, you know, allowing vulnerability. And what I mean about that is knowing that you have made mistakes and that you've learned from those mistakes, to then step into owning those mistakes and then changing them. So really stepping in and then focusing on, okay, I really need to change this in my business. And I'm just like, I'm not too sure how to do that, but, you know, give me a little while, because, you know, you and I like talking, and there's no one, I'll ask anybody. I'll just jump on and I'll just go, oh, you're doing something that I really need. How do we do this? How do I get, I need that information that's in your head. And so I was really scared about asking people. I was scared about asking people about anything, because I just was told that, you know, I was dumb and I would never amount to anything. And so I really kind of, when I took control of my thoughts and my mind and really wanted to live my true authentic self, I started owning everything. And once you do that, and once you start walking, you walk, and talking, you talk, things just start to align, and your vibrational levels in your body can only go one ways up. And some really big tips here that I struggled with was, as soon as you forget to make those changes, or you do something that goes against the grain that you're now wanting to step into, it's just a matter of forgiving yourself. You don't have to forgive anything else or anyone else, and, you know, break yourself over the coals about it, or, you know, talk to you about, oh, I just did this today, and oh my gosh, I should never have done it, it was so dramatic, whatever. It's, you don't even need to go there. You just go and you go in and you hold yourself in your heart, and you just go, okay, I made that mistake today. I told myself I wasn't going to do that again. I didn't learn my lesson, but now I'm going to learn my lesson. Now I forgive myself for making that lesson and move on. And that's as simple as it is.
And looking at it as a learning experience, right? Rather than beating yourself up, or letting perfection get in the way of progress, as a lot of business owners do.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite sayings: progress, not perfection. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, beautiful. And asking for help, reaching out.
Absolutely.
You know, there's plenty of people that love to help, and, you know, and being of service. A lot of people love being of service, you know. So allowing people to be of service is actually a great gift as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, like, you know, you are your biggest gift to me because you have the uniqueness and you love what you do, and I see you and then I just go, oh my gosh, who is this woman? And you know, you're at the right time, you're at the right place at the right time when people need you. And if you don't, you then make a good impression on them when they actually go looking for them. They go, oh, I know her. I met her at an event. I'm gonna look her up.
Yes, yes. Yeah, and I think, you know, everything in divine order. I think everything, you know, happens for a reason. I think people come into your life when you're ready for them to come into your life. You know, the teacher will appear when the student is ready, right?
Yeah.
There's one saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think we're all teachers, and we all learn as we're all students and teachers at the same time. And that's, you know, that's a big thing too. I think having that humility that you can always learn more, and, you know, and being in gratitude is a really big thing. And I often ask on my lives, what are you grateful for? Because it's such a simple question, but it can just pivot the whole way you do your day and your life, is just considering what you're grateful for. So what are a few things you're grateful for today, Kelly?
A few things I'm grateful for are, oh my gosh, oh, my au pair.
Your au pair, yes.
I would be lost without him. And yeah, we've got probably about 6 weeks left with him, and he's just been amazing. So I'm extremely grateful for him. Another one is what else? Oh, I'm grateful for my son because he rings me every second day. He doesn't live at home anymore, so I'm really grateful to him that he still thinks about me, you know, every single day, and I'm in his thoughts, even though he's moved out of home. And you hear the horror stories where, you know, mums goes, my son moved out of home and he hasn't rung me in weeks. I'm sort of like, oh, I have my children, don't do that. So I'm extremely grateful to him because, you know, we have a really special bond, and I don't want to ring him all the time and just be that overprotective mother. So he gets the vibe, Aldwyn. I better be my mum.
No, he's on the same frequency, the same vibration.
He's definitely on the same frequency. He's my other son. He's been to hell and back with me. Don't worry about that.
Well, that's part of the beautiful journey of life, isn't it? It's like life is like a roller coaster ride. I often say, you know, you go up and down, and, you know, sometimes you feel like you're going to keep going down, and then suddenly you go up, and then sometimes you go round and round, sometimes you go backwards. You know, the thing is, just stay strapped in, not strap on, stay strapped in, and keep on that journey, right?
Hang on.
It is an exciting ride, and we can choose to learn out of every experience. You know, at the end of every breakdown is a breakthrough, I always say too. And looking for the gifts in everything. You know, even with COVID right now, you know, I think with every drama like this, there's always some positives that can come out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, some positives is that families are actually connecting now. They're starting to value each other more. Some people are really working on their health, on building their own immune system, like I have been. I've been going to the beach and, you know, working on that. Some people have been going crazy with their businesses online. Some people have pivoted and really taking off now online. So it's all about how you deal with whatever life throws at you, I guess. Whatever happens out there, you can't control some of the big situations out there, but you can control how you respond. So being able to pivot and to move with the times and go with the flow, and as much as you need your plans, you also need to be able to be flexible, that when things don't go as planned, that you can move with it.
Absolutely.
And keeping that persistence. So there's some, thank you for sharing that. And for those watching this right now, I'd love to hear what you're grateful for. Please pop in the chat there. What are you grateful for? I would love to hear from you. And some things I'm grateful for is I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for my mum. Happy Mother's Day to all the mums from yesterday. I'm grateful for you, Kelly, for the beautiful show that we did with Business Today. And I am grateful for Zoom and Facebook Live when it works and even when it doesn't work, because it teaches us persistence.
It does. Yes, and I'm extremely grateful to you too, Aldwyn. I'm so looking forward to our future endeavours together. I think it's going to be magical.
Absolutely. Me too, Kelly. Me too. You're an extraordinary woman. And if you're watching this and you don't know about Kelly, then definitely stalk her. Check her out. She's very stalk worthy. She's got lots of cool stuff online and a lot that you don't know about yet. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. There's more on the Kelly Show coming up.
Oh, too funny.
So it's been awesome chatting with you, Kelly. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Because we really can chat for 8 hours quite easily, and it can seem like half an hour.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the biggest things that has supported me on my business journey is my man, the man that stands right beside me in supporting me making some really wise choices. And sometimes he, doesn't say anything. Like if I go and I want to do something, he'll go, okay, no worries, and he won't give his full attention or opinion in that aspect. And we've had discussions around this, and he goes, I just want you to go and experience it for you without me having shared that. I want you to share with me after you've done it, so that you then get to live that whole full process without having those thoughts of his opinion in the back of my mind. And I really respect him on so many different levels for allowing me to, go out there and kick some goals and do things that, he would never have dreamt about doing. I just go, oh my gosh, let's go do that. And he goes, oh, okay. All right, you go first. So, and just an example, I was nominated in 2017 for Businesswoman Awards in New York. And I've just gone, oh my gosh, somebody's nominated me, and little old me back, in Brisbane. And I created a youth program out of my charity organisation called The New You, The Real World. And it was a job readiness project for youth and high schoolers. And so I did my quirkiness around it, and they just loved it and loved it. So, I was nominated, and I was in 3 different categories, and then became a finalist, which I was really shitting myself, going, oh my gosh, because I really wanted to speak on stage and be on that, that big stage. But, once you're there, you kind of go, oh my gosh, who wants to listen to little old me? But anyway, cut a long story short, we ended up getting to New York, and I won 3. I won a silver and 2 bronze for Businesswoman of the Year.
Wow.
And Organisation of the Year, and I think it was for Best Female Business Idea of the Year or something like that.
Wow.
And so when I went over there, I wanted to wear this beautiful gown, and I had this gown made. I'm not going to tell you how much it cost. But my man, he stood by me. He believed in me. When I didn't believe in myself, he believed in me. And now, after nearly 9 years of being together, I don't second guess believing in myself. It might, seem outrageous and spontaneous. He goes, whoa, where did that come from? I'm just like, oh, it just feels good. I just came up with an idea and I just like it. And he goes, okay. And he just rolls with the punches with me. So, I just love every aspect. I didn't think that I'd ever align with anybody on so many different levels where they really, really, really understood me. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. And congratulations on all those awards. That is awesome. Wow. Just goes to show what's possible.
Yeah.
How totally exciting. And yeah, what a beautiful man you have. That I was on a Zoom with you the other day. We're on a thing about self-managed super funds that your partner does.
Yeah. So he's created a strategy in supporting people to move their superannuation out of a managed superannuation fund to a self-managed superannuation fund. And he's really passionate about it, where people can access their funds and start investing for their future. He just is passionate about family. He's passionate about having control of your own money. And at the end of the day, the choice is yours. So if your super is in a managed fund, you can't really do anything with it. You don't have a choice. You don't have a say. You untick that box that says opt in, opt out. It's not even there, so you can't even opt in or opt out. But a lot of people don't know that they can actually roll their super over, and they can invest it in so many different ways that can benefit them for them and their families. As you know, because you run the Zoom call.
Yeah, so you can put your self-managed super fund, invest into cryptocurrencies, into property, right? Into
property, into property, as long as you're not moving into that property. Into shares, into precious metals, gold, silver, anything you like, but there's ways of doing it that people then get stuck. You need to do it by the book, and the book is getting thicker and thicker and thicker, and yeah.
Right. So your man can help. So if people want to find out about that, about self-managed super funds, where can they go to find out about?
Okay, yeah. So they can go to goldrockaccounting.com.au website and Facebook page Gold Rock Accounting.
Beautiful. Fantastic. So let's support Kelly and her man and get empowered around your super, because a lot of money could be sitting there withering away, particularly if you've got multiple super accounts and paying multiple fees. Then you want to
like you, Aldwyn?
Like me, then you definitely want to consolidate. I keep getting calls from super people saying, did you know you have 3 super accounts? Is it time we looked at that? Yes, it is. It's time we looked at that. So it's definitely, I will be looking at that. Absolutely. I've been wanting to do a self-managed super fund for a while. And it's kind of been like, oh yeah, I'll get around to that. And
yeah, you could buy another investment property with them.
I could with the super I have, I could buy an investment property. Yes. So we'll see what comes out of that. But I definitely don't want to be paying 3 lots of fees, which is probably what's happening right now. So if you're like me and you
don't copy me,
learn from that and do things differently, I suggest. So yes, interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, that's a beautiful story about you and your partner. I'm so happy for you, and it's just magical. And knowing a bit of your backstory too about how you came to that, and being ready. When you're ready, the right person will show up in your life too, right? Yes. So preparing yourself for that emotionally, physically, mentally. A lot of people say they want relationships and they have all sorts of commitment issues. I'm not talking about myself at all. This is other people I'm talking about. Have serious commitment issues, serious trust issues, right?
Need to work on that, Aldwyn. Yeah. Come on, get that out of the way so you can allow this man to come in and magically appear right in front of you so he can sweep you off your feet.
Yes. Work in progress. Stay tuned. I still have single on my profile, so you'll be hearing if my magical knight appears on the white horse. We shall see.
Very cool.
Anyway, we could chat for ages. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here, Kelly. Now, people want to find out more about what's coming up, again, for those that have just joined us. And thank you, Julie. You're grateful for your life, grateful for beautiful people in your life. That's beautiful, Julie. And I'm grateful for you. And Julie's also another Mass Media Mastery client, as Kelly is. So there you go. You're both in the same program.
Nice.
You connect on the private group on Facebook, Mass Media Mastery, for our beautiful Mass Media Masters. And Teresa Todd, it was just on Channel 7 just in the last week, actually. Congratulations, naturopath from the Gold Coast, talking about homeschooling and about running a business from home during COVID. And she was on Channel 7 on Juice 107.3. Congratulations, Teresa's also another mass media mastery client. So excited. And I love seeing my clients in the media. And very soon, Julie and Kelly, I know you will be out there as well. Cannot wait to see you start sharing your message further afield, reaching thousands, hundreds of thousands of people and impacting lives, impacting many lives. Even if you impact one life with one story, then it's worth it, right? Really, if you go out to thousands of people, you'll be impacting thousands.
And that's all because of you, Aldwyn.
All because of me, because I'm an absolute legend, and
you are
very humble as well, of course. It's not all because of me. It's because actually people being willing to step up and being willing to be seen and heard. Now, Teresa actually joined an older version of my Mass Media Mastery program last year, and it's taken her months, months to actually to be ready to step up. So even though she joined quite a while ago, it's only recently she came to me and said, I'm ready now. It's taken me a while, but I'm ready now. She came with a draft press release. I went over it, we tweaked it. And within an hour of the press release going out, she was on Juice 107.3 and she was on Channel 7 within an hour of the press release going out. So having a really good press release is crucial if you're going to be getting some media or wanting some media coverage.
Yeah.
And having a good angle, So right now with COVID, there's lots of opportunities to get publicity at the moment. So definitely time to hop on board with that. But anyway, back to you, Kelly. So where can people find out more about you and about your show, your book? Again, for those watching who've just joined us.
So I have my Facebook page, Kelly Kingston. I have my Facebook group, Kelly Kingston Biz Queen. I have a Wellness Business Academy page. That's where I'm going to be doing all my workshops for my book and supporting people that are wanting to learn more about how to create a spiritually aligned business plan for them and their business. Business Today show, self-explanatory here, and Progressive Launch. I shared with you earlier on progressivelaunch.com and the Facebook page.
Yay. And just Google Kelly Kingston and stalk her.
I'm out there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kelly, for being our guest today. Any final words that you'd like to say?
I think you're fucking awesome.
Well, I think you're fucking awesome as well. Yay, we're both sworn on Facebook and Zoom simultaneously at the same time, together almost. Very impressive. I love it.
They're my final words. I don't have any other words to share with you.
Step into your awesomeness. And I just want to say today also that a big thank you to Dave Kane. I did a quickie with Dave Kane this morning. It's not what you're thinking. It was we had a quickie at 10 a.m. actually went till 10:30, but this is something that Dave does every Monday, is that he brings new guests in for his quickies, and it's quite cheeky. It's actually business tips, because he does half-hour business tips, and so I did a 10-minute segment on his quickie, and I said to him today, I said I will do a Facebook Live and I'll thank him and promote that. So FindNet Solutions is his website, just FindNet Solutions, or Dave Kane. Check him out, and the quickie business tips are really good. So thank you to Dave for that, and he does it every Monday 10 a.m. 10 till 10:30. And thank you to you, Kelly, for interviewing me today on your Business Today show. And I love your social media gifts, your funky images you do yourself on your banners. It's so cool. It's one of the coolest things I've seen on social media. Absolutely love it. So that's on Canva if you've just joined us. Julie says, thank you, ladies. Thank you, Julie. So good to see you. I love your photos, Julie.
Thank you, Julie, for joining us, and I look forward to getting to know you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And connect with us, connect with both of us in the Mass Media Tribe group as well. And I am doing a free webinar on Saturday on how to gain free publicity during COVID. That's from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday. So all the details are in Mass Media Tribe group on Facebook. And also you can check out my website, aaexpose.com. All right, I think it's a wrap for a Monday night. I think we've done exceptionally well, Kelly, and battled with this technology and got to the end of the show. And you rock. Congratulations on your book launch, on your awards, on everything you're up to. It's so exciting. And I hope that people watching this right now have had some inspiration. And I would love to hear from you watching this. What have you got out of this show? What's, say, one thing you've learned and maybe one thing you're going to take action on from this show and interview that you've just been seeing here? What's something you're going to take on and you're going to do? Julie says, yes, look forward to it. Thank you for being so interactive, Julie. I can see other people hopping on, haven't commented yet, but no doubt the comments will come in after the live. So yeah, look forward to more comments coming in on what you're grateful for and what's something you're going to take away and act on today. Any final words, Kelly?
No, I think I've done my swearing quota for this interview. I just want to say thank you so much, Aldwyn. You're very spontaneous. You're fun. You give 100% in everything you do. You're so heart-based. I feel privileged to know you and to be working with you in the future. So thank you so much for being in my life.
Oh, well, ditto from me to you too. I think you're extraordinary and I can't wait to work with you closer and to see you in the media, because you have such an amazing message to share. So many messages, actually, so much you can share and inspire people with your story. So I am feeling honored and privileged to be able to support you on that journey. So very exciting times ahead. Stay tuned, Facebook Livers. Stay tuned for more great stuff coming from the two of us. And feel free to stalk us. We're all good with it because we're
really okay with it.
We're fine. There's no naked photos online, not on Facebook anyway. No, there isn't. No, there isn't. No.
That's definitely none of me. It's like the camera break. Oh, sorry, what happened there?
Oh, classic. Thank you so much, Kelly. I'm going to wrap up the live. Have a beautiful day or night wherever you are in the world watching this. And remember to shine bright and light up all those around you. Take care and stay safe and stay funky.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.